you've got to do is go into this. So the picture of the oven is basically all the settings that are in there. Okay. You've got different icons down the left hand side which enters you then into the next drop down menu. So if I hit, for example, the speakers and the musical note, it will give me then everything to do with the acoustics.
Right.
Okay. So the top one is obviously the volume of the buzzer. So if you hit that, then you can turn that up and down.
Right.
I think that's cool.
About 70,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's a travelling sound, so I think you'd be surprised actually. But yeah, we can play around with that. But it's like,
80,
it's good that you have all the potentials. Yeah.
You need to play around with it when it's
When
when
it's
you've
busy,
got
yeah.
people in here. Yeah, because it's amazing how acoustics sort of change and things. Okie doke. There's lots of other things. You can change different style of buzzer and stuff like that you can get into if you want to at a later date, but I'd ignore all of that for a minute and just get the volume right before you worry about anything else.
I see, like for fit, another sound for that, another sound kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So just like on your
Yeah.
smartphone, if you want a different ringtone
Yeah.
or something, then
Can we record
Look,
our
we
voice?
have
Can you record the voice in a super voice?
I'm sure that's probably not far away. Okay, so all your basic settings are in there. Obviously the one with the cogs and wheels is settings, so language, date and time, etc, etc. Whether you want it on hours and minutes or minutes and seconds, 24-hour clock or whatever, all your basic settings that you've got for everything are all in there. Obviously you can change it from degrees C to degrees F if you want to, but that's all in there. Okay. The one down the bottom there, it's useful to know, although to be honest you've got the numbers that you need right here, so it's just a duplicate of that. So the chef line number is there, it's obviously there, and your service hotline number is there, although that's the main office number.
Yeah.
Obviously here, if there was a problem you just phone Ray because he's in Tavistock.
Yeah.
It's you'll look after it. Okie doke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. This button here, the question mark, is very useful, very underused, but it's very, very useful. It's basically your instruction manual, right there on the screen. So it's, rather than having to flip through mountains of pages to get to the bit that you want, it's a much better system in here, because if you go into, say you're in meats and you go into grill, okay, if you've got a question about that process, hit the question mark, it will take you directly to the page in the instruction manual that's about that process. And the first thing it'll do is tell you exactly the different steps of the process. Okay, it'll also tell you the best accessories to use, what the maximum load that you can put in doing that process, etc. It's all in there. If you are on that screen, so that's more of an overview, yeah. If you want a quick breakdown as to what each one of those do, because you're on that screen, hit the question mark while you're on that screen and it will give you exactly that. Okay. Can be quite useful. Can answer a quick question quickly rather than
phoning
having
or
to phone the number and explain what you need, blah blah blah. Okay. Any questions about any of that?
How about when we clean after we use, like dead of the night?
Okay. Most important thing to, if I just open that right up so that we can see without, well, you can see, I can't. Yeah. Most important thing about in here is that you do nothing to it. So if there's a particularly dirty mark on the bottom of it or whatever, don't
No scrubbing.
try to scrub it.
Yeah.
Just leave
Don't
it.
need to go in there.
No. I mean, if there's a lump of something that you can
Pick it
Wipe
pick
it
out,
out.
then pick it out. That's yeah. But what we don't want you to do is sort of scratch any surfaces or whatever, because then
That's gonna
stuff will
ruin
stick to that. This will clean itself perfectly back to perfect every single time if you just let it do its job. Essentially, obviously, this side of the glass will be cleaned as part of the cleaning process, so that's fine. Although going around the edge is always a good idea. Obviously, what it can't get to is the other parts of the glass, so we make that so that you can pull it apart.
That's nice.
So you can just spray that
Can
to
clean
that.
A little
So you
no
can
spray. So what do we
wipe it.
Just wipe it.
Wipe
So
it.
clean with a microcloth with some water. That's all you need. You don't need
Just-
any
just
chemicals.
warm,
Just
yeah.
clean
Okay,
water,
warm.
and another one dry, and that takes it off. As we keep telling with the fish counter.
Because nothing
You unclip
nothing
this.
can get to there, because obviously you've got a seal onto that glass anyway.
Cannot
okay?
even spray.
If you can look after this, yeah, the way you do that is by getting a wet cloth a couple of times a day and just
Yeah.
wipe around it. Just keep moisture into it so that it doesn't dry out. Obviously, here it's not going to dry out massively, because quite a big proportion of the time you're going to be using it on steam. So that's fine. Okay, but just keep an eye on it. If you've been using it on dry heat for a long period of the day, just wet cloth, and that'll just get moisture back into it, and it'll last very well then. Okay.
So there's a tray. There's two trays, isn't there? Is there one there? Did I see another one, or is it just the?
As in
I thought it was a drip tray, but it's not, is it?
There's a drip tray there.
There.
Yeah. Okay. That'll just catch the bits of drip that come through there. It's not an issue. This is not for cleaning, okay, and it's not for cooling the unit down. We'll go through that in a second. The only thing you really need this for is if you want to add water to something that you're cooking in there, then you can just do that. Okay. Obviously, if people are steaming rice or whatever in it, or pasta, if they want to cover that with water, it's just an advantage to be able to do that from there rather than have to walk across the kitchen.
Right, go everywhere.
Yeah, nice. It's
No slow.
you can do it gently.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or you can just use it to cool yourselves down in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, สงกรานต์เนี่ยนะ
It is a pressure related switch. So if you press it hard,
I get soaking with it.
the harder the water comes out.
Yeah.
Or if you press it gently, then it comes out gently.
You can see what Lucky do. Lucky. Got one girl, she clumsy.
I think we just keep it away
She's
from
not
it.
here.
Okay. So when you come to cleaning it,
Yeah.
at the end of the day or whenever you're doing it, it's that button there. Okay. So if you go into that, it gives you all the options there. What it's doing here, it's just keeping an eye on everything, okay, and it's giving you an indication of how clean or dirty it is. The one down the bottom, the cleanliness, is everything that you can see, i.e. the cooking cabinet. The one at the top is everything you can't see, so that's all the internal workings. It's also keeping an eye on that and telling you how clean or dirty they are. Okay. To begin with, I would just concentrate on using either a light, a medium, or a strong. Very rarely you'll need anything else. There is a rinse which can occasionally be useful if you've been cooking fish or something and you want to, I don't know, you want to bake a cake or something after that.
Yeah.
Just for sanity's sake, if you want to rinse it out, you can hit rinse and it'll flush it through in about 17 minutes, I think it is. But invariably, you don't really need to do that. the cleaning is all about doing a proper clean on it. Obviously we've got the light, medium and strong. The more regularly you do it, the lighter a clean you're going to need. If you leave it 3 or 4 days, then it's probably going to be asking you for a strong clean.
Yeah.
But it will indicate to you which one it wants by putting a little rationale symbol in the one
That it feels is right.
that it feels it needs.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we were to choose
Light.
a light clean, it gives you the next screen. First thing it tells you is to remove grids containers. So any of these, take them out. Okay. And it tells you how many of each, because you've got the clean stuff
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
There aren't many blues in there.
Right.
Okay, but there's quite a few reds. It didn't come with the starter pack because it was express delivery, so they just put it on a courier van and drive it across. So that's why they didn't put the starter pack of chemicals in there, because otherwise it gets stopped at on boat and
All right.
yeah, with the sniffer dogs.
It didn't
and all
come
the
with
rest
a
of
free half a cow though, and all the other bits. I mean, so okay, I'll get those ordered. Yeah. It's not
Yeah, well,
very-
you've got
yeah, I've
quite
got
a lot,
enough, yeah.
but the blues, get the blues. Okay, blue one, the blue tablet is for everything that you can't see, so that's why it goes into that drawer and into the internal workings of the machine, clears all that out. Okay, so blue ones, blue drawer, so you got to remember. Open the packet, use the packet as a dispenser, don't touch what's inside. Okay, obviously you'll be PPE'd up anyway with
Yeah.
your goggles and
everything
gloves
else,
and all the rest
hard
of it.
hat, and
Yeah.
steely toe caps.
Okay. The red one, again, out of the packet, drop it into the middle of the fan, in there. Okay, see there's a little basket there, and then swing that back, hook that back on, and then you would just close the door, and it'll do its thing.
Does it ever say just use one of them and not the other one, or does it always work in pairs?
They'll, on a proper
Clean.
clean, it will always want a certain amount of blue and a certain amount of red. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it starts asking for 4 of each, we know there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Or they've tweaked their head off. They spy more of its detergent.
Generally, if you're doing it every day, it'll always be a light
Roughly,
clean,
what's the
it'll be
time then
one
on a?
Yeah.
1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours.
Right.
Okay, so
long
it's, but it will switch itself off when it's finished.
Yeah.
So you can
Come on,
do it
deep
last
clean
thing,
day.
walk out the door, and
One done.
it'll trundle
Complete
away
one
doing
done.
what it's doing, and when it's finished, it'll turn itself off.
And once that's done, you open it up and it's ready to go.
It's 100% hygienically clean, ready to cook.
Right.
Yes, there's no rinsing out or
Yeah,
anything that
nothing
needs
like
to be
that.
done. Because it'll wash, it'll rinse, it'll even dry itself,
Right.
and then turn itself off.
That's easy.
Okay?
Needs loads of big machine. Can it mop the floor too?
You only need to clean once a week. You say.
Sorry?
Once a week or every
Well, you
How
keep an
dirty?
eye on that. It depends really how much you're using it, I suppose. Yeah.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it'll give you a message whenever it feels like it
Yeah.
wants clean anyway. It might put that message on the screen in the middle of service, but you just acknowledge it and just say later.
Yeah.
And it just lets you know that it wants clean. If it's above 50 degrees still in the cooking temperature, in the cooking cabinet,
Yeah.
it won't let you actually
Start with
clean it. Won't let, what we don't want you to do is put chemicals into something that's hot. Okay, so if it's too hot, when you press the process that you want, it'll tell you that it's too hot. The only button that you've got to press is a temperature down button.
Right.
So you press that and it'll tell you what to do. You might want to come this way a little bit. But, okay, just open the door up
Yeah.
and it'll just drop the temperature to 50 degrees and then it'll let you carry on.
And it'll do that even if the door's closed. Oh, you have to open it up. Right.
พอแล้ว
So as soon as it hits 49 degrees,
เก่งตากันเลย
it'll shut off.
ติดตัวหนูปะ
And
น่ะ
it'll say,
Yeah.
right, put the tablets in.
Back.
ติดไหม
Okay.
ไม่ดองได้แล้ว
Okay.
smell like fish now
Hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That's good.
Yeah.
still like a walking fish
So now really it's just about having to play with it and getting